This video is brought to you by Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist, my new book, which is a comprehensive guide to all aspects of music theory necessary for playing rock guitar. From blues to the cycle of fifths, from understanding and using modes to choosing the right notes for a melodic solo, from pentatonic scales to chord construction and keys. It's all covered in a clear and concise manner. With accompanying video demonstrations, jam tracks and tabs, you'll learn to use the knowledge you gain in accessible ways that make sense for less than the cost of a few guitar lessons. Check out the link in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Here's a guitar you haven't seen on the channel in a little while, the Feasley Outlaw Coyote Plus, a cheap and cheerful little Telecaster style guitar from the good folks at Bax Music, Feasley being their in-house brand. I've had this guitar a couple of years now, got it in August 2022, and I've recently rediscovered what a fantastic little guitar it is, and I'll tell you how that came about and why I think this is still the best bang for buck Telecaster style guitar out there. But first, let's remind ourselves of what this guitar sounds like in a mix. And as always, you'll find a full tab for that piece of music in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it and a jam track to play along with yourself. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. As I'm sure you know by now, $3 or £3 a month gets you access to all of these additional resources that go along with these YouTube videos. And a massive, massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that or any of the other ways down in the description. A little bit more housekeeping before we get on. The clean tones on that demo were courtesy of the clean channel on the Blue Guitar Amp 1, the crunchy, riffy power chordy tones, the vintage channel, which has a very pleasing old school Marshall plexi kind of tone, and my new favourite lead guitar tone, the classic channel on the Blue Guitar Amp 1 with the foot switchable boost engaged. Again, kind of very Marshall-y in character. The Blue Guitar Amp 1 manual kind of, I think it describes this as a kind of a brown sound, so that kind of gives you some sort of clue of where it's coming from, but I'm really enjoying those tones at the moment. Anyway, Little bit more disclosure. I didn't pay for this guitar. I was sent it as a loaner from the good folks at Bax Music, as I say, back in August 2022. They loaned it to me to do a review on, and I was so impressed with it. I said, yes, send me the bill. I'm not sending it back. And bless them, they said, no, it's okay. You can have that one on us. I don't solicit free equipment. If something impresses me, I'll happily put my hand in my pocket and buy it. It just so happens that the generous folks at Bax told me that that wasn't necessary. But as I said, the fact that I was more than happy to pay full price for this guitar should speak volumes. And I think when you see that when we take a look at the specs and the price of this guitar, you will be more than happy to put your hand in your pocket and pay full price yourself. So, I mentioned I've rediscovered this guitar. How did that happen? Well, you know, it's been around a couple of years now in here. It sort of became part of the fixtures and fittings, and there's always new guitars coming and going, and it's so easy to get distracted by the latest, newest, shiniest new toy in the box. You know, and I think we're all probably guilty of that. Once we, you know, if you've got a few guitars, then there's always that new one that you want to pick up, isn't it? Because it's a novelty, and then the novelty wears off that one, and maybe there's another new one, and so the cycle continues. But as you know, I had a bit of a mishap with my hand last year, and one upshot of that is that I'm having to go down a gauge in strings on all my guitars, and I'm gradually have been gradually going through them and going, you know, taking the 10 to 46 gauge strings off them and putting 9 to 42s on, and that involves a little bit of setup work, intonation, truss rod, that kind of thing, to get the guitars dialed in for the new gauge of strings. And last week it was this guitar's turn to have that work done on it. And you know, after I'd got it set up, I was just kind of I thought, right, okay, that's it all set up, restrung, truss rod and intonation and everything, and I just kept playing it, and I lost about an hour of time. I was having so much fun just noodling around on this guitar. I thought, yeah, this is a really fantastic guitar. You know, I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed playing this. It has to be said that it's not in an unadorned, unmodified condition. The original pickups were just cheap, unbranded ceramic magnet pickups. They've been replaced with a set of Tone Rider Alnico Pro, Alnico Blues 2 or something, basically Tone Rider copies of the Seymour Duncan Alnico Pro 2s. It's now got a new wiring harness in here with an Oak Grigsby switch and CTS pots and orange drop capacitor, and I also threw a set of locking tuners on it. But the specs as the guitar comes, beautiful satin finished, you know, hand-stained ash body. See, it's got the proper Telecaster stringing as well, through body stringing. Ash body, hand-stained, roasted maple neck and fretboard, Graphtec Tusk nut. I mean, that's an impressive spec sheet, isn't it, for, as you can see, a guitar which costs £119 and comes with a gig bag. You know, I mean, it's not the best gig bag in the world, but it's better than, you know, having to put a bin liner or something over your guitar to protect it from the rain as you're carrying it to a rehearsal. You know, that's probably the extent of the protection that a gig bag, the kind of gig bag it comes with, would give you. You know, it'll stop it getting wet, but it's better than, you know, it's better than not having a gig bag. I mean, there are guitars that cost 3 times this that don't come with any kind of gig bag, so that in itself is impressive. I said I've modified this guitar, and you know, because the pickups and electronics and tuners and everything, but even in its unmodded state, it's still an impressive performer, as we're going to hear now. Let's remind ourselves of what this guitar sounded like just in its straight out of the box condition. These are some clips from the original review I did back in August 2022. The crunchy kind of power chordy sort of stuff on the bridge pickup sounds like this. And at the time I was using the old Marshall DSL-1 combo on the classic gain channel, and to get that sound there I just had everything wide open, just open the taps, guitar's volume up full, and the gain on that on that channel of the amplifier kind of wound up to maximum. But if you back that the guitar's volume control off, you get a fantastic warm bell-like clean strummy tone that sounds like this. Edge the volume control up a hair from there and you get a lovely warm clean lead tone that sounds like this. And then back to the bridge pickup and kick the amp over to the higher gain channel. I think it's called the ultra gain channel on the old DSL-1, and you get something that sounds really rather good, like this. So those original ceramic magnet pickups may not have the warmth and the clarity of the tone riders, which is the reason why I replaced them, but they don't do a bad job just straight out the box. That's certainly an instrument you could gig with. And at the time, as I say, I did that review, I was plugging into a little Marshall valve combo. Okay, it's only 1 watt, but in a small room like this, it punches out a fearsome amount of volume, and I didn't have any problems with squealy microphonic feedback or anything like that. It just behaved itself and delivered the goods. So all that in mind, right, even if you don't modify the guitar, £119 including a gig bag, can you think of a better value Telecaster style guitar? You know, roasted maple, hand stained ash body, satin finish, Graphtec tusk nut, and I forgot to mention a Wilkinson bridge as well. I mean, for £119, it's ridiculous. If you're gassing for a Telecaster style guitar, you're not sure whether a Telecaster might be the one for you. So you're thinking about, you know, kind of shopping around at the bottom end of the market. You know, the maybe the kind of Harley Benton, Squire, that kind of end of the market. Just get yourself one of those, one of these. I just don't see how this guitar can be beaten at that price point. And you might think, yeah, this is really good. Like I did, use it as a modding platform. Really forgotten how much of a great guitar this was, and you know, I need to start playing it a little bit more. So there you go. That is my revisit video on the Feasley Outlaw Coyote Plus, a guitar that I've recently rediscovered thanks to having to set it up for a new gauge of strings, and I'm not going to leave it as long next time. I'm going to have some fun with this guitar. And I think you will if you get one as well. Make of it what you will. There you go. Anyway, that's the video for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it and found it entertaining in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. I'll put a link to the original review of this guitar down in the description, so you can go and check that out there. Watch those sound clips in full and so on. But as I say, that is pretty much it for today. Have I mentioned the live stream? Can't remember. But if I haven't, let's mention it now. The live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time. We drink beer and talk about music and guitars and stuff. It's a great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.